Far too often, as people age and their motor skills begin to weaken, we start to treat them as a burden when they hold up lines or ask an associate too many questions. But it's often those same people who need our compassion the most. Nestled in San Gabriel Valley, 20 minutes east of Los Angeles, lies the small city of Montebello, with a population of 60,000 people. It isn't much, but it's enough to keep the local police force occupied. But in 2017, a chance encounter with a senior citizen brought out the best in one of its officers, and touched the hearts of people all over the world. Officer Robert Hosette wasn't too sure what to expect when he responded to a call at a Bank of America involving a belligerent customer. When he arrived, he met the agitated senior, 92-year-old Jesus Rangel. But rather than meeting the minimum requirements of his job and diffusing the situation in a few minutes by sending the man home, Officer Hosette went the extra mile to show the senior a little extra compassion and respect. When he first entered the bank, it didn't take him long to locate the man and get straight to business. As it turned out, the man had been trying to withdraw cash from his account. However, because his ID card had expired, none of the tellers were able to help him. The man didn't understand why and had become frustrated. Eventually, the staff resorted to phoning the police to remove him. When Officer Hosette saw the full scope of the situation, he realized that rather than escorting the man out of the bank, he had an opportunity to make a real difference. He recognized that the man would likely wind up a victim of bureaucracy repeatedly during the entire process. He drove him to the DMV and helped him get a new ID. But the officer wasn't done just yet, and he took the man back to the bank and assisted him in withdrawing the money that he needed. A little while later, the Montebello Police Department posted a photo of Officer Hosette escorting the man back into the bank, and it instantly went viral with tens and thousands of people commenting on the officer's good deed. One comment said, "This officer is a saint," and another added, "Officer Robert Hosette, thank you so much for helping this elderly man. It could have been my father or grandfather. God bless you, and thank you for your service." Yet, another commenter may have summed up the significance of Officer Hosette's actions best when he wrote, "All this little grandpa wants is to keep his independence, and this officer helped him in a dignified manner. Good job, officer." Users on social media haven't been the only ones inspired by this officer's good deed. At the annual Courageous Leadership Seminar, 1,500 miles away in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Major Travis Yates cited Officer Hosette's actions as a prime example of what he calls community policing. Community policing is a simple enough, if not underutilized skill, that Yates describes as viewing, quote, "those you interact with as people and not the problem." The very notion of community policing also encourages officers to treat others the way they themselves would want to be treated. All in all, it's a pretty simple concept. Yet Yates says, if you have 10 people in the room and ask them what community policing is, you'll get 10 different answers. That confusion may account for the fact that it isn't a more widely seen approach in our fast-paced world, where the sad reality is that police forces are often under-equipped, under-trained, and understaffed. While the notion of community policing may not be the one that most people are familiar with, Officer Hosette was definitely embracing it when he realized that all Rangel needed was to be shown some kindness and a little bit of patience. He showed him both, and saved the senior citizen hours and possibly days of frustration, simply trying to withdraw money from his own account. Officer Hosette can stand as an example to everyone. Whether you're in law enforcement or not, everyone should take the time to be kind to those in our society who are most vulnerable. There are a lot of ways you can help someone who needs it. Take the time to help a neighbor by shoveling snow or helping them with groceries. Many elderly people have trouble with transportation to and from medical appointments. No matter what you do, even the smallest thing can make a big difference in someone's life.